So in today's video, we will be making this cute bag. It is fully lined. So it has a lining inside. It's a little stiffer. It depends on the interfacing you are using. I used quite stiff interfacing for this project because I wanted the bag to stand on its own. It has little rivets. These are optional. You don't have to have them if you don't have the machine, the equipment for it. But yeah, this is what we are gonna be making today, step by step. So let's get started. These are the pieces we will need for the bag, and you can find the pattern on my website. There's a line, and so let's get to it. I have them separated, so each panel or piece of fabric has a different number, not number, a letter. So A is the main panel, and when we look at A, it's a main panel, and I have this embroidered. You can purchase if you have your embroidery machine, you can actually purchase this design again on my website. Or if you don't have your embroidery machine and you would love this piece with the embroidered design, I'm selling that too. So we will need 2 pieces plus the lining. So I already, not the lining, sorry, the interface. I did attach the interface already on both sides, and this one has 3 layers. So it's the fabric, it's the interface, which is already on, and this is the stabilizer. Okay, so this last piece is stabilizer, and that's just for the embroidery. So anyways, this is A, so that's the main panel. So that's what you are gonna see on the front. Then we have the accent panel, which is B. So this one goes on top of this one. So that's gonna complement this main panel. And again, the pattern will tell you exactly how many pieces and what you need. So you will need the main or the 2 accent colors, the 2 pieces, plus you will need the interface. So again, I did the prep work, so it's all done. So that's the B. C is the lining, and just when you print out this pattern, fold always means that you just have to fold the fabric. You don't cut it on the bottom, but you fold it. So right in here, so that's folded. So that's the C. And D, very last one, is a strap, and you have few options. You can either use the strap I'm gonna be using today, which is in the pattern, and again, I like my strap to be a little stiff, so I put the interfacing on, and again we see the fold. So and that just saves the paper, so it's not too big on the pattern. So anyway, you fold it in half, and then you have the long piece. You have the double the size, and so that's the D. And you will need 2 pieces because we will have 2 straps, and we need the lining on the other side. I already did the prep work. I have a heat press, but you can do it with a very hot iron. So that's all the pieces we will need, and let's get to it. We are gonna do some prep work on the strap. So we will start with the D, which is the straps. And for both of them, we will do the same thing. All we are gonna do is fold them in half. We have our iron ready, and just very lightly you will go over it, and you will do it on both pieces. Once you are done, you will fold them again. So the midline, or we are creating a midline, and that's going to be our guideline where to fold it again. So once we are done, You will fold again to your midline and iron again. This is a very simple bag. There's nothing to it. I would say it's for beginners. And if you follow my steps, it's super easy. I think anybody can make this bag. So I'm gonna do this off the camera, and I will prep both pieces. Otherwise it's gonna be too boring for you to watch me how I iron. So I will be back when it's done. The pieces are done. This is how they're supposed to look like. So they will be straps, and they are quite stiff. So again, let's go over how we did it. So first you will fold them in half, iron, open it up, and then you have the midline, and you know where to fold it again. And you go again towards the midline, and then you fold again, and this is what you are gonna end up with. And you can go with the iron again. If you don't feel like doing straps from scratch from the fabric, or you don't have enough fabric, anyways, whatever reason, you can always use pre-made straps. Not pre-made, you can buy them. So it's a nice thickness, and so they are a little bit bigger, almost the same size, but they are really nice. They come as different designs. I will be selling them on my website too in the future, but this one would be a nice option instead of these. The straps are done, so we top stitch on both sides, and this is how it should end up. Now we are gonna take the B, so that's the accent panel, the accent color, and we are gonna prep the stripes. So what we want to do is we will measure about 3 inches, and we will clip it. So make sure it's the same on the bottom, 3 inches on the bottom, here 3 and 3. Okay, make sure it's nice and straight. We will clip it in here too, so it doesn't move, and we will do the same thing. So we will now measure 3 inches from the right, and do the same on the top. Make sure we have 3 inches, it's nice and straight. There. Yeah, I didn't do it right. Okay, make sure that it's the right way. Okay, this is better. So let's do it again. A little boo-boo. So now we have 3. Mistakes happen, but we better correct them before we stitch it. And 3, good. Okay, so just make sure that the strap, so you don't make the same mistake, the strap is going the same direction like this, it's not twisted. I forgot to mention, you are not gonna sew all the way till the end, but you will stop about 1 inch from the top. Okay, so you stitch here, you leave the 1 inch, you go across and then down, and you will see later on why. so this is how it should look like. Try to go on the stitch, on top of the stitch that you have done before, and about 1 inch from the top we will leave the spot open. So that was the B and D. B was the accent panel and D was the straps, so we can put that away. And we are gonna grab A, and so we have 2 A's. And so this is the front, this is the back. It doesn't really matter because these pieces are the same. So let's start with the other one. So what we are gonna do, you will do the right side up. This is the lining, and then we will take the accent color that we just did and we will flip it down. So now you are gonna see the lining. So you will see the wrong side up. And all we are gonna do is line it up and we will top stitch right here. We have done this on both parts, and now we are gonna flip it open and we are gonna iron the side, and then we will top stitch right here. So let's just take the one panel, let's do a little bit of ironing. So let's flip it around, and you can see how it naturally goes down here. So we are gonna follow the fabric, we are not gonna force it, and we are just gonna make it nice and flat so it's easier to stitch, top stitch. And then we can flip it on the other side. And let's iron it again. See, now when you iron it, it's so much easier. Nice and flat and ready for top stitch. And we will do top stitch right in here. Let's do the other part. And we will flip it, and again naturally it goes down, so we will follow the fabric. We are not gonna fight it, we will just go with it. And we will flip it around. And we can go over this a little bit. I love the design, it's nice and summery. Okay, so now we will take it to the machine and we will top stitch here, and the same thing on this side. Okay, so we top stitched, and we will do the same thing on the other side, or on the other panel. So far we have the 2 pieces done. So now what we are gonna do, we will put them together. So the right sides facing together, and you are looking at the wrong side up, wrong side down. And what we are gonna do, we will do top stitch on this side, we will do top stitch on this side, and on the bottom we are gonna leave these corners alone, we are not gonna stitch here. Okay, so once we did the sides and the bottom, now we are gonna focus on boxing the back. So we will make this open. You will put these 2 sides together. It's a little stiff. It depends what kind of interfacing you were using. I used a little stiffer one because I wanted to the bag to have a shape. So you will do this on one side and the same thing on the other side. So you open it up and you will put these sides together. Let's clip it. Our good friends clips. Okay, and now we will go back to the sewing machine and we will top stitch here and top stitch here on both sides. Okay, so let's move on to the next piece, and that's the lining. So we are gonna grab the C panel, and it is very simple. So all we have to do on this side is stitch on both sides. We are not gonna do anything to the bottom because it's folded. So that one is already done for us. And just to make sure that you keep it in one piece, because that's what the pattern calls for. You do not want to have two pieces and sew on the bottom. It wouldn't work. Okay, so just keep it as a one piece, just follow the pattern, and all we have to do is sew on both sides. Just in case you have printed lining and you have two sides, you want to put the two right sides together, you are looking at the wrong side. Okay, so let's go to the sewing machine and let's do the sides. Okay, so the lining is almost done. So we did stitch on both sides, and now we will do the same thing what we did on the other part. So you just take it like this, clip it, make it nice and flat. And we will do the same thing on the other side. And then we will go to the sewing machine and top stitch here, just like the other one. Now let's put the lining inside of the bag. So what we should have is the lining, which we did the boxes. On the bottom, we have the other part. So this is what we should have. Now, this gets a little tricky. Let's put this one on the side. Let's take the lining and let's flip it inside out. So you have the raw edges inside. Then we are gonna take our bag. We will put the straps inside. And then we will take this lining that we flipped inside out. So now the raw edges are inside, and we will go inside here. Okay. So when we look inside of the bag, we see the raw edges. When we look outside of the bag, we see raw edges. So the right side and right side is gonna be facing each other. Okay. So now let's clip it. Let's go around and clip it all around. And this is the reason why we wanted to have about an inch, because if we didn't, we wouldn't have space to top stitch here. Okay, so I'm gonna do this off camera. I'm gonna go around because this is probably boring for you. So I'll see you when I clip it all around. Okay, so I did clip them all, and just one thing to remember, this part, let's do it on the outside, so not the front panel, but the panel, the other panel. And let's just put few more clips on this side. We need about 5-6 inches, maybe a little bit more. This part will stay open. Okay, so let's put more clips in so we remember, so we don't sew this area, because then we have to flip the bag inside out, and we need a space for that. So from here to here, we are gonna leave this open. We are not gonna sew it. Otherwise, we are gonna sew all around. So from here to here. Okay, so let's take it to the sewing machine. Okay, so we left this part open. So now let's flip the bag inside out. Okay. And we are almost done. Just a few more steps. This was a pretty easy bag to make. I think every beginner out there will be able to make it. And so now we will drop the lining in. And so now what we have to do is close this gap. So we will take our iron, and we want to make sure that this, I'll show you here, the lining is not showing, so you kind of want to have it inside, just like this. Okay. Okay. And so after you do this part, when you close the gap, you just go around and you top stitch right here. So I kept this bag quite simple. I didn't add any pockets, but in my future videos I will be making similar bags, but I will include some pockets either inside or outside. So it will be similar projects, but with more pockets, different designs. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification and bell button so you don't miss any of the future videos. I upload new videos every week. So now let's get back to it, and we will go back to the sewing machine and we will top stitch on top. Okay, so the back is done. Lining inside. Very simple back, but cute. So what I'm gonna do, I will add some rivets, and I have a matching color, so I think it's gonna look very nice. You can use either that or black would be okay too. But anyway, so I will put one, just one on each strap. Push, push, push. That should be enough. Female goes through. No, that's male. This is female. And I can make a separate video. Just let me know in the comments below what you would like to see. I can make a separate video just on rivets and all these little attachments, how to use them, what I would recommend. So let me know. And a bigger hole. Let's put the male through, female here. And okay, and that's it. It's on both sides. It looks amazing. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you made it all the way through till the end, and I will see you on my next videos.